Group 2? Tama ba guys? Group 2? Yung group 2
Yes,
dyan?
sir. Group 2 po, sir.
Wait lang. Group 2.
Morning.
Narinig?
Yes po.
My name is Rafael Espadaraso, and now I'm going to discuss the memorandum format. The first paragraph said, following the standard format of communication and official reports emanating from civilian officers, public safety agencies such as the Philippine National Police, Bureau of Fire Protection, and Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, have officially adopted the memorandum type as the accepted format in the preparation of reports and intra-agency correspondence. Meaning, dun sa mga nasabing agencies na ginagamit nila yung memorandum as a formal inter-agency communication, office to office, which is done in the performance of an official function. Pwede siya, ginagamit siya whether for recommendation or for the purpose of a command. So, pero doon sa mga in different purpose, ginagamit din siya in a different format. So, meron tayong dalawang format, yung Memorandum 4 and Memorandum 2. So, in Memorandum 4 said, a Memorandum 4 format is used if the communication is going upward. Meaning, na yung pinagmumulan yung Memorandum 4 na format is galing sa subordinate officials doon sa mga lower ranks papunta sa higher authorities. So yun nga, sinabi ko for the purpose of recommendation, doon madalas ginagamit yung Memorandum 4. For example, gagawa ka ng Memorandum 4 plus dadalhin mo sa, for example, galing sa QCPD pupunta sa NCRPO. So yung NCRPO is the higher office, no? Sabay, yun, gagawa ka ng memorandum for yung tas yung laman ng memorandum na yun is magre-request ka ng permission from the higher authority regards dun sa certain content ng memorandum mo. So, yung nilalaman ng Memorandum 4 is recommendation, advisory, or informative reports, no, for acknowledgement. And then, yun, lagi natin tandaan sa Memorandum 4, lagi siya magmumula sa lower office, sa subordinate officials, papunta sa higher authorities. So, yung sa Memorandum 2 naman, so here said, a Memorandum 2 format is used if the communication is going downward, meaning na yung Memorandum 2 is magagaling sa higher authorities naman. Kung yung sa Memorandum 4 is for the purpose of recommendation, yung sa Memorandum 2 naman, yung sinabi ko kanina na for the purpose of command. So, for example, is yung Chief of Police magbibigay siya ng command magbibigay siya ng command sa subordinate officials, and then yun, yung Memorandum 2 yung gagamitin niyang format. So yung laman ng Memorandum 2 na yun is a command papunta sa subordinate officials in order for the direct compliance ng task na ibibigay nila. So yun lang, just keep in our minds na yung Memorandum 4 is galing sa lower officials or sa subordinate officials papunta sa higher ranks. And then yung Memorandum 2 is galing sa higher ranks or higher officials pababa. So, yun lang. Thank you.
I am AJ Nakor, and this is the second slide of Memorandum Format. Each agency has specific guidance for standard format in the preparation, which may be subject to modifications from time to time as reins of leadership and management are passed on from one set of another hands to another. These guidelines are released through official directives circulated agency-wide and oftentimes posted on official websites. The Philippine National Police, or the PNP for one, released its latest memorandum circular on the guidelines for standard preparation of communication in 2019. Memorandum Circular number 2019-013 dated March 5, 2019, which can be accessed online to unify and standardize its communications for format use agency-wide. A memorandum format is much simpler. You write memo or memorandum at the top, followed by to a line, a from line, a date line, a subject line, and then the actual body of the message. Traditionally, you would print out a memo and distribute it to the relevant parties inside your small business. Memos have two purposes. First is they bring attention to problems and they solve problems. They accomplish their goals by informing the reader about new information like policy changes, price increase. Second is by persuading the reader to take an action such as attend the meeting or change a current production procedure. And that's all for memorandum format. Thank you.
I am Christian Matos from BS Crim 32, and I'm going to report the topic about police blotter. A police blotter is a daily written record of facts or incidents that are reported in a police station, the revised Philippine. National Police Operational Procedures officially define it as a logbook that contains the daily registry of all crime incident reports, official summaries of arrests, and significant events reported in a police station. So ano nga ba ang police blotter? Ito ay mga record ng event, criminal event, or criminal happenings na nakalagay sa logbook ng police. Ang police blotter ay isang tala-arawan kung saan dito isinusulat ng police ang lahat ng mga pangyayari sa kanilang nasasakupan. Maaaring ito ay tungkol sa krimen, mga nawawalang bagay, importanteng okasyon, o di kaya naman ay tungkol sa kanilang administrative at operational accomplishment. So, paano nga ba ang proseso ng police blattering? Kagaya rin siya ng sa NBI, sa Criminal Investigation Detective Group, which is the CIDG, or sa Cybercrime Office. Sa PNP or sa police, ang proseso doon, pupunta ka sa police station at pupunta ka sa recording officer at sasabihin mo mga allegation mo at i-record nila ito. Kailan ba pwedeng mag-file ng police blotter? Kadalasan, kailangan itong may file sa lalong madaling panahon. Kahit kilala mo yung perpetrator o hindi. Ngunit sa anumang pagkakataon, dapat mong ihain ng ulat sa loob ng 3 buwan pagkatapos malaman ang pagkakakilanlan ng may kasalanan. Maaari ka lamang magsampa sa isang kriminal ng reklamo kung ikaw ang aktual na biktima ng isang krimen. So bakit nga ba importante ang police blotter? Ang police blotter ay ginagamit upang panatilihing alam ng mga tao ang mga aktibidad sa loob ng jurisdiction ng pulisya. Ginagamit din ito upang mag-compile ng statistical na impormasyon, tukuyin ang mga problema sa komunidad o tukuyin ang mga pagsisiyasat, maganda ng mga kaso sa hukuman o ipagtanggol ang mga kaso sa korte. Yun lamang po. Maraming salamat.
Hello everyone, my name is Nelheris Estacion from BS Criminology 32, and this is a part 2 of police blotter. Let's start. As a permanent record of reported events and occurrences, the police blotter provides the necessary information of what is happening within a specific police jurisdiction. under the PNP operational procedures, crime incidents are recorded first in the Office Incidents Record Form, or IRF. Before they are transcribed to the blotter logbook. The police blotter involving crime incidents contains the narratives lifted from the IRF. All other non-crime relate occurrences all logged or recorded directly to the blotter logbook. Ano nga ba ang blotter or police blotter? Ang police blotter ay isang compilation kung saan dito isinusulat ng mga pulis ang lahat ng mga pangyayari o nangyari kung sa kanilang mga nasasakupan. Maaaring ito ay tungkol sa krimen o mga nawawalang bagay, importanteng okasyon, o di kaya naman tungkol sa kanilang mga administrative at operational accomplishment. Ano-ano nga ba ang pwedeng ipablatter? Maaaring ipablatter ang mga krimen na nabanggit sa Revised Penal Code at Special Law, gaya ng mga sumusunod: murder, robbery, illegal drugs, at iba pa. Maaari mo din ipablatter kung ikaw ay nawalan ng mga personal na gamit, kagaya ng mga ID, wallet, cellphone, or kaya mayroon kang nakahanap yung iyong sasakyan o kaya motorsiklo, o nawala ang iyong lisensya. Doon naman sa kung saan pwedeng magpablatter. Maaari kang magpablatter kung saan may pinakamalapit na police station sa inyo, o kaya kung saan lugar na may pinakamalapit na police station. Yun lang, thank you.
I'm Aaron De Bliena, and this is the continuation of the police blotter. In the essence, the police blotter contains information used for statistical data of crime incident or to identify problems in the community. Moreover, reports contained in the blotter logbooks are used to launch investigations, file appropriate cases, and or used as evidence on court judicial proceeding. Yung sinasabing blotter logbooks dito is doon nakadocument yung mga crime incidents na nangyari sa community mo. Then yung blotter logbooks din, doon din sinasulat yung mga complaint or yung mga information na binibigay ng isang reportee. Then after makuha ng isang pulis yon, is gagawa na siya ng isang parang formal letter. Doon niya ilalagay yung mga information na nakuha niya sa isang reportee. Ito yung example ng police blotter report. Yan, diyan niya sinulat niya na yung mga information na nakuha niya. And inexplain niya dito yung mga complaint ng reportee. Parang concise na yung pag-explain niya. Meaning na parang you are giving too much information using a few words. Mas pinaikli niya na yung mga sinabi ng reportee, pero nandun pa rin yung pinaka-point ng complaint niya. Then sinulat din dito yung pangalan ng reportee, then saan mo dadalhin yung report mo. And yun lang.
Spot report. So what is spot report? A spot report is a report on an incident that took place in a given area within a public safety officer's jurisdiction, which pertains to a commission of a crime, occurrence of a disaster, whether natural or man-made, or unusual incidents involving damage to properties, injury or loss of lives. It is normally submitted within 24 hours of the occurrence of the incident. The purpose of the spot report is to immediately inform an immediate superior, normally the chief of police, about the incident so that the latter can make appropriate operational decisions or measures, because all actions that may arise from the incident can be construed as command responsibility. So what is spot report used for? Path report is used to send information to provide timely intelligence or status regarding events that could have an immediate and significant effect on current planning and operations. It refers to an immediate initial investigative or incident report addressed to a higher headquarters pertaining to the commission of the crime. So what should a spot report contain? It must contain a concise narrative report of essential information covering events or conditions that may have an immediate and significant effect on current planning and operations. That is afforded the most expeditious means of transmissions consistent with requisite security.
Format of the spot report. On the upper left of the spot report, there is the word memorandum. Ano nga ba yung memorandum? It is a note or record for future use or document recording the terms of contract or other legal details. Ibig sabihin po yun ng memorandum, ito yung mga legal information or information galing sa police officer or investigator. Under the word memorandum, meron tayong 4 na nakalagay, which is for, from, subject, and date. Sa for muna tayo. Start with the word for. Ang nakapalab dito is yung lugar or kung saang police office in-issue yung spot report na yun. Like for example, dito is regional director or provincial director, and the following details or information is the police office where the spot report issue and the attention for the chief. Next is the word from. Ano naman nakalagay dito sa from na to? Sa from naman is kung kanino galing mismo yung spot report. Yung tao mismo yung tinutukoy dito. Sa for naman, ang pinakaiba ng for tsaka sa from, yung for, ito yung place ng police office. Yung sa from naman, yung tao mismo. Like for example, sa from is yung station commander or chief of police. Next is subject. Subject. Ito yung title or yung subject nyo sa spot report nyo. Yung incident na nangyari. Like for example, dito is spot report on the shooting incident of Juan de la Cruz. Ayun yung subject nyo sa spot report nyo. Like for example, yun. Next is the word date. Yung date naman, nakalagay dito is kung kailan na-issue yung report na yun. Under the word for, from, subject, and the date, kumbaga ano na yun, organized na yun or sunod-sunod na yun. Under none is, meron pa tayong 5 category or yung 5 paragraph na ilalagay doon sa spot report natin. Next is, first is reference. Nakalagay dito yung ilalagay dito yung date, time, and the place where the spot report issue. Next is, the second one is brief of the case. Or the word itself, nakalagay dito yung mahalagang bagay sa case, crime, or report na ginawa nyo. Like, included na yung identification of the suspect, the time and the date, where the report transpired, and also the identification of the victim. The third one is other facts. Sa other facts naman ito yung yung mahalagang yung ibang importante sa report nyo. Included na dito yung yung initial investigation and of the police and responding of the SOCO team. The fourth one is requested or recommended action. Dito nakalagay yung name or yung number ng isang investigator, wherein the other witnesses or who see the suspect, or if there's a need or update with the investigator, he will easily find and talk to him. The last one in the format of police report is the progress report will follow, which means the follow-up report or investigation is in spot report included na sa progress report. The following reporter will furtherly explain or have an example of the format of spot report.
And magandang araw po. Ako pala si Elmer Standarte ng BS Cream 3-2. At ayan, ang nire-report ko po ay patungkol naman sa example po ng spot report. Ang spot report po, ito po isang dokumento o isang document na nilalabas ng PNP patungkol po para malaman po ng publiko kung ano yung nagawa ng PNP that time and that moment. So mapapakita po natin dito sa ating example, pasensya nyo na po, medyo blurred ang mga hakbang ng ating kapulisan patungkol po sa pangyayari sa isang bagay, sa isang lugar. At pwede po bang isang beses lang po ba gumawa ng spot report? Maraming beses po ang paggawa ng SWOT report. Gagawin po, halimbawa po nito ay gagawin po ng SWOT report yung nangyaring nakawan, yung nangyaring bypass operation para po malaman ng mga tao kung ano yung nangyari sa ginawang operation ng ating mga pulis. At ayan po yung example sa PowerPoint presentation ng isang SWOT report. At ilang po.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir. I'm Francisco Rachel and R. I'm going to tackle about incident report. So what is incident report? An incident report is a form to document all workplace illnesses, injuries, near misses, and accidents. An incident report should be completed at the time an incident occurs, no matter how minor an injury is. So in a criminology use, incident report, this is a written account of an event or occurrence. It means a detailed or a accurate write-up of an event or situation. There should be provided with guidelines or when you will need to complete or how are we going to write a complete incident report. So the purpose of this report is to document the exact details of the occurrence as basis for further actions of concerned public safety officers, and also is to state the cause of the problem along with the corrective actions that can be taken to minimize the risk of a future occurrence. The said report can also be used as a safety documents outlining potential safety precursors. So, incident reports are the jumps off points of investigations designed to ferret out the facts and recommend solutions. So, it is important for us to determine the facts in writing incident report. Facts without leaving any important information. So, when we're going to differentiate spot report from incident report, spot report, this is an immediate initial investigative address to higher headquarters pertaining to the commission of crime, occurrence of natural or man-made disaster, or unusual incidents involving loss of lives and damage of properties. So, it means that spot reports are submitted within 24 hours of the occurrence being reported, while the incident report, this is submitted beyond the time of frame applicable for a spot report. So, however, the two will be the basis for further inquiry or investigation by authorities. So, in writing incident report, we should know the minimum content of writing incident report. So, number 1, type of incident. It should be or it might be injury, near misses, property damage, or theft. 2, address. Where is that incident happened? 3, date of incident. 4, time of incident. 5, name of affected individual. The victim or the persons who are involved in the incident. 6. A narrative description of the incident, in which it includes the sequence of events and result of that incident.
So in continuation of the incident report, it also must contain the injuries, if any. If there is injuries caused in that incident, you could include it in the report. If there are injuries that is not related in that incident, so don't include it anymore. So next, if treatment required, if any. Treatment required, if any. If there are treatment that is happened in the, because may nangyari nga, na-cause ngang injury dun sa victim, na etong si driver nag-insist or nag-sponsor ng treatment. So, pwede mo siyang i-include sa report na naipagamot ng driver ang kanyang victim. Tapos, kung wala namang pagpagamot na nangyari, okay lang. Pwedeng hindi mo na siya i-include sa report if kung wala namang injuries na nangyari, there's no treatment, okay lang na hindi siya i-include sa report. So next naman, witness name. This is important because witness's name, na ito yung mga pangalan, pwedeng isa, dalawa, tatlo ang ilagay mo. Depende kung ilan ang gusto maging witness sa incident. You can include their names and also the witnesses' statements. You could also include in your report the statements, that information that is given by the witnesses that they have actually seen the incidents, the happened or based of what have been happened. So next, it also include in the report the other workers involved. For those workers who has been involved in that incident, you must include that one. Number 12, or the last part, is the video or 360 degrees photograph of the scene. So, if there is some CCTVs in the area, you could ask for a copy of it. And also you can took a photo of the incident. It must be 360 degrees. Or kung meron mang available ng mga witnesses na kapag picture dun sa incidents, pwede kang humingi ng copy din. Mas maganda if video or CCTV kasi doon makikita mo mismo ang para mapatunayan mo na totoo nga din yung sinasabi ng mga witnesses pag makita mo yung video. Nang sa ganon ay malinaw ang report ng isang investigator. Kasi this could be also a basis to your report. Lalo na kung may video or nakuhanan ng CCTV footage, camera. So that's all my report, and thank you very much.
So, I'm Leah Karen B. Munoz, and my report is all about initial.
Ito ba si Kabuhog? Kabahog ba yan? Nico? Nico, Kabahog. Sabi yan, Ontiveros, Sumadilla.
Sir,
May backup ba kayo? Pupunta pa ba kayo doon sa school? Hindi na, no?
hindi po po ata ngayon, sir.
Okay. Kilo na daw, sabi ni Elena.
Wala po pong update sa amin, sir.
Ba, kilo na yun. Sige, sige.
investigation report. So from the name itself, initial investigation report, it means it's still incomplete. May possible na may mga facts or information pa na pwede madagdag later on sa report and may follow-up report pa siya. So, just like nga sa final drawing, meron siyang rough sketch, 'di ba? So, dito sa investigation report, yung pinaka rough sketch pa lang is yung yung initial investigation report. So, what is an initial investigation report? It says here, an initial investigation report is an offshoot. So, what is offshoot? It means, offshoot means a branch. So, meaning, ibig sabihin dito na, ang initial investigation report is, branch siya ng spot related or connected siya sa spot or incident report, which requires resolution, be it in the form of a formal complaint for a crime committed or recommendations for further action. Next is, this report follows a sequence starting with the authority, the details or narrative of the incident with initial findings based on witnesses' statements and appropriate recommendations. So yun nga yung initial investigation report. So, ano naman yung parts ng isang initial investigation report? So, memorandum. So, dito, first is for. Dito ina-address kung para kanino ibibigay or para kanino yung initial investigation report na yun. So, it says here, for Chief of Police or Directing Authority. So, from, saan nanggaling or sino yung gumawa nung report na yun? Sabi dito, it is the investigator on case. So, subject is initial investigation report. It also says here, cite the specific case. Dapat yung specific case yung nandun sa subject, hindi yung parang pinaka-general or broad. So, yung pinaka-last is date. Dito sa memorandum, yung month, day, and year. And yung pinaka-format dun sa date. So, next is, first dito is authority. So, dito, kailangan i-cite yung authority for investigation as in verbal or written or order. Dito i-cite siguro yung mga authority na involved dun sa investigation, maybe, or dun sa naggawa ng report na yun. Or next naman, yung second is details. Dito naman, state the facts of the case in chronological order as they were discovered. Dito nga, sa details, nakapalab dito yung mga facts, yung initial findings ng investigation na yun. So, sabi dito, in chronological order. So, it means dapat sunod-sunod, especially dun sa time. From morning to evening, yung pagkakasunod-sunod dapat ng time dun sa report na yan nakalagay. This portion also answers the questions essential to the investigation, yung 5WH nga and 1. The 5W and 1H nga, yung who, what, when, where, how, and probably why. So, the third one is recommendation. Make your recommendations based on the above facts. Your recommendation should relate to the disposition of the case. You may recommend prosecution, closing the case, further investigation, or offer other suggestions regarding remedial action which may be taken. Dito nga sa recommendation, dito pwede recommend yung writer or yung author ng report na 'to kung ano yung dapat gawin. Pwede ring solution or suggestions, based dun sa facts na sa findings na nakuha nila or nalaman. So, dito nga yung nakalagay din yung signature and overprinted and rank or name. Annexes. When annexes are included, it means that those who review the case will have an opportunity to take first-hand look at important evidence that you have gathered. Annexes should be listed in order. So that's all for the initial investigation report.
Good morning, everyone. I'm John Jacob Fishabi Jaime, and I will be reporting the progress report. A progress report is a follow-up of the spot report or the initial investigation report, and it accounts the actions or series of action undertaken by the investigator relative to ongoing investigation of a case. It covers new findings and statements of additional witnesses, if any. In a progress report, it is assumed that the incident has been reported and the method of operation or modus operandi of the suspect has been determined. All other details supplement the information established in the previous report. A progress report is what we also call as report, in which you are updating the information regarding from the previous report, which is the initial investigation report or the spot report. Below is a sample format of a progress report, in which it is stated for whom the report is, from whom the report is, and the subject, which is the progress report or the case that is being discussed. The date when the report was written. First is the reference. The reference of the progress report, which is related to the case that has been reported through the initial investigation, or the case that was discussed on the spot report. Second is indicate briefly the time, date, and place of occurrence, indicating where and when the incident happened or where the situation occurred. Third one is brief facts of the case. Facts or the evidences itself, including the witnesses that has been found in investigation through the on-the-spot report that was taken and gathered. Fourth is the other facts, which means updated information that has been found recently by the investigators through the added information that was given to the task person to write a progress report in additional to new findings or statements. Second is the requested or recommended actions from HQs, which is the plan of development which this case would be solved. Next is the disposition, wherein the solution that was made and or the things that was taken by the action of the authorities regarding to the case that is being investigated. And the last one is the final report will follow, which will be reporting by the next group. And I hope you learned something from us, and have a good day, and thank you for listening.
Pa-open cam ka guys. Pa-open cam. Wait lang. Mulat mata. Tipong sarap na ng tulog mo, sabay nag-open ka, may no? Mga ganyan bagay. Alam ko yung mga gawain nyo, gawain ko din yan. Guys, any question regarding our midterm examination? CDIN5 and CRIM 6. Ano pa kayong question, guys?
Sa activity, sir, sa CRIM 6.
Anong, hindi ko po yan. Oo nga, no,
Yung
kanina.
activity 26, sir.
Anong, ano yun? Anong activity yun?
Nabasa ko, sir, video presentation. Parang report yun ba yun, sir? Na ginawa namin ngayon, parang ganun.
Wait, check ko. Dami kasi yun. 27?
26, sir. Tsaka 28 ata yun.
On. Wag na kayo mag-video, guys. Ano na lang. Unwritten na lang. Nauubos yung ano ko pala, yung gig ko. Activity 26, okay ba yun? Unwritten na lang yun, guys. Kahit hindi umabot ang 500 words, basta mapaliwanag niyo itong 10 Basic International Human Rights Standard for Law Enforcement. Or ba yun? Tanong? Sagot na ba?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Pati 28, sir. Same lang rin sila eh. Video rin nakalagay.
Sige. Ano yun na lang, guys, kasi masyadong malawak pala yan. Masyadong naubos kasi yung ano ko. Yung storage ko. Yes, Azor.
Ay, sorry sir, napindot lang po. Sorry po.
Wait lang ah. Kapag midterm, di ba walang discussion, tama no? Depende pala yung sa professor niya. Pero sa akin wala, guys. Sa midterm, guys, natin, we don't have a discussion regarding regarding sa mga pagpasok natin Tuesday and Thursday. Pasok po kayo ng ating ng midterm mismo. Take my time as a study period. Ganyan kasi yung namin yung standing namin pag midterm. Pag dito ba sa inyo, ewan ko kung ganun ba ang standing ngayon. Pag midterm week po, kadalasan walang discussion ng professor, tama ba? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, sir.
Kasi ang alam ko kasi minsan may mga schedule sila natatapat sa schedule namin. Minsan may ganun. Tama ba?
Yes, sir. Review na lang, sir, kung sa oras nila, sir. Yung ginagawa, review na lang po.
Yes, review talaga yun, guys, kasi medyo sumakit din yung ulo ko yung gumagawa ko ng exam. Medyo masakit din masakit sa pakiramdam, no? Pero like I said, dun sa reviewer, yung nagbigay na ba ako ng PPT dyan sa CRIM 6 guys sa inyo? No, hindi pa. Wala pa akong nilalagay. Wala pa ba? If wala pa, sige, lalagay ko na lang. CDIN5 lang yata ang nalagay ko, no? CDIN5. Okay. Make it perfect. Exam. Guys, don't worry. Hindi ako magtatanong sa CRIM 6 ng mga section. Alam ko mahirap yun. Yung mga tatanong ko lang dyan yung mga pauna. Hindi ako magtatanong ng mga section 21, section 9. Hindi ako magtatanong.
Midterm, sir?
Hindi ako magtatanong sa midterm yan. Ang review guys yung mga definition of terms. Karamihan ng definition of terms and focus in crisis guys. Sa crisis, sa chapter, sa mga unang chapter, sa mga man-made crisis natin. Paki-focus po yung review natin doon. Sa mga man-made crisis like human man-made crisis, yung mga hostage taken situation, Yung mga paano ba, di ba? Kung paano ba ng hostage taking situation, paano bang gagawin doon? Kasi more in situational din yung ibang tanong ko, more in understanding in our subject matter, and also yan yung yung mga subcommittee guys, please review it para sa ating sa Crim 6. Yan. Unit 1 to Unit 4 included po yan. And also please review it guys yung mga batas patungkol dun sa ating human rights sa 9438, 9208, and mga nabanggit na batas dun guys, Republic Act. Please review it kasi ilalagay ko yan sa midterm ko. Tapos please review. Basta sa Unit 1 to 4 lang po ako magbabase ng aking midterm. 1 to 4. Unit 1 to 4. Please chat ilagay nyo na. Paki-chat din down na po. Kasi hindi nyo mamamemorize yan. Tapos in other matter naman, sa CDIN5 guys, meron sa Crim 6 guys, more in multiple choice tayo. This as a PowerPoint presentation and you prepare a pencil, ball pen, or paper para sa ating PowerPoint presentation. Prepare it. And sa CDIN5, multiple choice, tapos meron akong enumeration. May mnemonics din ako dun guys. Paki-review po yung mga phrases of yung different types of report, uses of report. Paki-review yan guys, no? Alos binigay ko na sa inyo. Ano naman ang lalabas sa CDIN5? No? Make it perfect in CDIN5. Pero sa Crim 6, medyo mahirap ng Crim 6 kasi more in understanding talaga. Basta sa Crim 6 guys, focus kayo sa hostage taking situation. Hostage crisis situation, negotiation, yung man-made crisis, disaster crisis. No, yung level 1, level 2, kulay green, red, blue, yung mga color coding natin. Basta sa Unit 1 to 4, doon tayo mag-focus guys. Hindi po lalagpas, Unit 1 to 4 lang po ang natin. Sa 10 basic, yung last part na diniscuss natin, yung 10 basic human rights, at least 20 question yata ang ready ko doon, no? 10 to 20 question. Kaya,
100 items lang po ba, sir?
100 lang yun. Lahat naman na midterm natin 100 eh. Pero kung gusto niyo gawin natin 2,000 yung exam natin.
Grabe, sir.
Hindi, lang yan. 100 items lang yan, guys. Kasi hindi ko naman
Sir, thank you po.
Hindi ko naman kayang gumawa ng ano yun. Doon lang kasi yung quiz examination ko, guys, na binigay ko sa inyo. 40 yata o 30 items ang kinuha ko doon. Please review it. Kasi di naman kayo makapag-booklet basta-basta yan. Depende kung pinirint nyo. Diba? Review it and yan. Walang babagsak yan, guys. No? And for those yan, si Robby, taas kilay na si Robby. Mukhang alam niya na yung niya eh. Yung subject matter niya, no, Robby? And Kabahog, Hontiveros, and Sumadilla for the effort of having our time to kahapon yan. Sige. Pag na-perfect yung exam ko, hindi may plus 10 pa kayo, di ba? Yan. Pag naka-perfect yun, ibigay ko na lang sa finals yan, no? And other matters, wala na ba? Wala na ba kayong concern, guys? Doon sa mga activities and quizzes nyo, yung mga hindi nakapag-exam, chat me. Kung may kulang kayo sa exam, kung may kulang kayo sa recitation, please PM me para makompleto natin, guys. Kasi pag may kulang kayo, kahit pasado kayo, INC yan, no? Huwag naman sana kung may INC kayo, guys, no? Third year na kayo. And good luck. Kasi alam ko, medyo mahirap ang kalagayan nyo ngayon. Kasi medyo magastos daw ngayon. Or sa other matters, no? May mga professor kasi guys na medyo maikit talaga. Walang kung ano yan. Kumbaga ano yan. Kayo mag-a-adjust, hindi sila, no? Okay, wala na tanong guys. Kung wala na kayong tanong, pwede na tayo mag-proceed para makapag-dismiss na tayo. Okay, maraming salamat sa inyo. I hope meron kayo natutunan sa araw na to sa ating mga reporter, and also reaction paper will be passed to November 15 na sa pagbalik na lang natin, sa pagkikita natin. 2 araw po ang exam natin, November 5 and 6 yata yun. Check nyo na lang, 5 and 6 kasi magkakasabay kayo, 3-1, 3-2, and 3-3. Magkakasabay ang exam na yan. And also, I accommodated ko yan dito sa aking Google Classroom. Sa Google Class ko dito sa Google Meet kasi gamit ko yung email ng Kabsu. Kaya 200 participant na pwede kong ma-accommodate. Avoid any form of cheating, and also hindi naman ma-avoid pero depende kung paano gagawin niyo. Pero like I said, May mga tanong ako kahit anong buklat nyo sa libro nyo, hindi nyo makikita yun. Kasi own understanding yun. No? Good luck at maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig. I hope meron kayong natutunan. Bye-bye.
Thank you po, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Salamat po. Thank you po.
Thank you, sir.
Salamat, sir.